guys, it's Lily and I am back with another speed build today. Today we are doing a craftsman bungalow inspired by all of the houses that I saw in my neighborhood growing up, kind of like that. So this house is for 3 roommates, 3 girls, and it reminds me of a house that maybe after you finish college or whenever you and your friends decide to move in together, you guys maybe get a big 3-bedroom house and split the rent and live there. So that is what this is inspired on. I imagine this house being owned by a landlord, and then the girls would be paying rent because the landscape looks very nice. And I mean, I know whenever I was in a rent house, which I still am, but whenever I was in a rent house, I'm in a rent apartment now, but I did not invest in landscaping like this house looks. So I imagine that that the landlord was doing the landscaping, and they have really nice things. So I mean, I imagine them in their young mid-20s, and they have a lot of really nice things, but I couldn't help it. Everything looked so cute, so I just went with it. Maybe one of them is more successful, and yeah. So we have 3 roommates, and I'll tell you the traits of them. The first one is Tori, and she is active and outgoing and a foodie, and she has a high metabolism. So you'll see her room soon. There's a lot of athletic stuff going on. And then there's Cayenne, and she's a music lover, a slob, non-committal, and a muser. And I mean, I'm not a slob, but I was definitely the messier roommate when I was living with my friends. They all know this. So I can relate to this girl. And then there's Anna, who is neat, cheerful, romantic, and alluring. So I kind of liked that there was a neat girl and a slob girl because I figured they would clash, and roommates always get in fights. That's just part of the deal. But it is fun living together. So this house is adorable, and it's bigger than I wanted it to be, but that's just how it worked out. And so I imagine maybe they moved from another neighborhood and they don't really know anybody, but they're all going to be in this house together. I mean, it's decorated really cute. There's a lot of clutter in this house, which, you know, for a rent house, I'm not sure if you would have a lot of clutter because whenever you moved out, it would be quite a big move. But these girls have a lot of clutter, and that's just how it is. So I was having trouble with the color of the house a little bit. I like this blue, but I really wanted this like kind of bright olive green, if that makes sense. And we don't really have that. I didn't want to use CC, so yeah, we don't really have that. So I was struggling with that a little bit, but for the most part, it came together. The exterior came together pretty fast. The interior took absolutely forever, and I think a lot of poly started getting on my screen because my computer started spazzing out, and yeah. It was a lot of fun to do, but the interior really did take a long time. It was just a lot bigger than I thought, but it's really cute. Nonetheless, I had a lot of fun building this house. This is probably the house I've had the most fun building. So I'm excited to share it with you guys. So yeah, I'm trying to keep the craftsman style. The traditional craftsman just basically has like a roof and maybe some dormer windows coming out of it. And I did that at first. It just looked a little plain. I mean, sometimes, you know, the houses that we have in mind don't translate very well on The Sims. So I just kind of made up my own craftsman, but I feel like it's pretty close to what a craftsman would be like. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just kind of trying to work out the floor plan, but this house just kept getting way bigger than I wanted it to get, but that's all right. At the backyard, I kind of leave it open. I do build them a little hangout. In the video, the hangout has actually, it's not in the video because I ended up changing it because it's in a screenshot, but I made a fire pit for them and it didn't work. And so I actually watched a tutorial by, I think her name's like, I don't want to mess this up, but I think it's Schluck or Shook or I don't know. I will put it in the description. She talks about how to make a fire pit basically, and it does work. And so I replaced the one that I built with that one. after I had already taken the screenshots. So I will figure that out. But anyway, it's on the gallery, Lily for the number 4 TS, and it has the updated fire pit in it. So you can check that out. Okay, I'm about to do the landscaping, and this is where I imagined that a landlord definitely did this. When I first moved to where I live now, my landlord, and I moved into the basement with, I think there were already 3 girls there and 1 girl's boyfriend, and then I was the 4th or 5th, I guess, and I moved into the basement. And anyway, there was a lot of landscaping, and it was because the landlord would come over unannounced and just like garden. And it always caused an issue because she didn't like what we had outside, or like whatever, I don't know. I was never really involved in that part. But so that was kind of the inspiration for this garden, because I thought, okay, maybe the landlord really likes this house. It's kind of a historical craftsman house. And so maybe she really, or he really likes to maintain the yard. And that was kind of my thought process on why it looked like this. Otherwise, I just don't really think that, not all rent houses have really cute yards, but some do. So yeah, this is kind of a little front porch area. This is Tori's room, and she is the athletic girl. So she has a little outside area where she can come sit and relax, and it's really cute. It's really fun. There's a lot of outdoor areas. And I mean, I know it's fall and it's Halloween time, but this was just kind of like a California bungalow. So I just kind of went with it. I may add some pumpkins. So that's in the spirit there. But yeah, I was trying to kind of make it look like these plants were just planted. Like that's why they're spaced out like that. And maybe they were just planted. They haven't totally grown yet. But again, the landlord, doing the landscaping. I get so deep into debug all the time. That is, I think, what took me so long, was going really down the rabbit hole in the debug menu. I painted the house green for a split second. I really struggled with the paint color. I had no idea. I just couldn't find the right color. Not all the colors photograph well. They all look pretty good when you film them, but for the screenshots, like they weren't doing it for me. And the lighting in this lot is different than, well, not different, but it's not ideal for me. It's really bright. It's kind of, I tried to flip the lot a few times, and it just, I mean, the back of it is nice, but there's shadows, and it was just kind of a direct sun. I mean, I used to be a photographer, and this is the kind of lighting that you did not want to go take a bunch of pictures in. So yeah, there's the outside. I furnished it. This video is really long already, and it was even longer if I left myself, show you guys all of the stuff that I did outside. Would have been 2 parts, and I don't want to make a 2-part video yet. I don't think I'm going to do that yet. So I cut it into 1, and that's why it's moving really fast, but I just had to work with what I got. So the inside's coming together. It's really cute. I wanted there to be a lot of hallways, and I wanted there to be that kind of traditional craftsman woodwork. Usually, well, not usually, but a lot of craftsmen that I see have a lot of like really dark chestnut wood trim, and I just didn't really work with this house. But some people do paint their wood and their craftsman white, and so I kind of went with that. Yeah, this is a big room, and I make this really cute, like, kind of craftsman style. I don't know what it would be called. I guess it's not a wall mount, but it is built into the wall. It's supposed to be built into the wall. And so I'm just kind of going through, and it takes me a second for this to come together. This room, the kitchen, and definitely the nice girl, the neat, cheerful Anna, her room took the longest. Anna's room is really cute though. So yeah, I just started kind of playing with these buffet tables, and I really love the glass squares on them. I could use them all the time. There's a million different styles you could do with those. So I absolutely love those. I do use those. I put the green nightstands in there for a second. Sometimes I just get, you have to put something down and then go back and look at it later. So that's what I did. I'm drinking a LaCroix. So sorry about that. So yeah, here comes this thing. Yeah, those are so cute. I love those. I don't know. I think I put the green in there because I really wanted that green exterior, but didn't work out like that. So yeah, I'm using the Island Living counters. I feel like they are just really clean looking. The Bro Hill counter, I absolutely love that counter, but I did not want to. I didn't like the white on the countertop. Like, oh, I don't know. Those countertops kind of drive me insane sometimes. But then I end up putting, yes, the spa day tile with the rectangular flows. That's my favorite tile. It is just it flows very well. The windows on the outside, I did have to change because I don't like blocking windows. It drives me nuts. And sometimes I do it because I'm like, oh, whatever. But this time I really didn't want to do that. So a lot of the windows that I placed on the exterior at first disappear just because they weren't working with the interior. And this was a more interior heavy house for me. I wanted to try something different and kind of find inspiration for the inside before I built the outside. And it worked out really well, and I absolutely love it. It's fun to play in too. I would definitely live in this house. I think anybody would live in this house. This house is so nice. But because there is one girl who is really neat, the house is really neat because, I know my roommate that was really neat, Allison, she would always, the house was always clean. Like, no matter how messy I was, it would just be thrown into my room, and the house always looked really, really nice. And also, my other roommate, Beth, she would do that too. It's always really nice in there. So I made the house nice and tidy and clean because that is how a neat person would want the house. Yeah. It's just a huge house. It's just really, they have a lot of stuff. It's really big. But it might not be too realistic, but one of the girls, the musical girl, the messy one, the one that I'm like, I imagined her being in a band and being like successful enough to afford some of the stuff that's in her room. They all have just expensive kind of stereo. There's a lot of stereos. There's a lot of yoga mats. There is a lot of stuff. So yeah, you'll see it come together, but I'm really pleased with the way that it fell into place. And yeah, so I'm about to start putting together the TV console, that's what it's called. It would be like a built-in console. I love those. I think it is so fun. I think it's good in some houses to not have anything built in so that you, the owner, can do whatever they want, but it's also really cool to have stuff built in because that's part of the charm. Yes, so here I go doing the console. I just wanted it to be a combination of everyone's things because when roommates move in together, everyone brings different items of furniture or different decorations, and making them all work in a house is challenging a lot. And so I just wanted to kind of combine a bunch of different style of clutter so that it would look like, but it still ends up kind of looking like one person might own this house. But I also just thought maybe the neat girl was maybe a little particular on what she wanted the interior design to be. So it can go either way. You could play with the story however you wanted to. You could use these three girls, or you could make your own. You could change it to boys. You would definitely have to refurnish, but it could be, it's a really fun house. It really is. And I love the rooms too. So I just kind of went with the modern mid-century style look mixed in with the kind of bungalow style. I love that table and how that table just fit perfectly right there. And the edge does not stick out. Like, there is an edge, but there's always an edge in a table. But it wouldn't really hurt you, I don't think. Yeah, this house is just coming together so cute. So there's headphones everywhere. There are random books everywhere. There are magazines everywhere. And it's a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoy playing with it if you decide to play with it. I love the stuff that came with Spa Day. It's actually really useful. It's just really pretty, and I love the movie pack stuff too, and that's what that is. But that doesn't stay for very long, and I don't know. This is one of those houses that I just kept putting something down and then taking it away, and then I took out every single object next to it and would just scroll through every single color option that I could find. And I don't know if I'll be doing that because it's really hard to, in the future, it's hard to edit that out. When you're making a speed build video, it's really tedious, and I'm learning as I go. I think this is my fourth one, and so yeah, I just kind of hit a creative slump this week, and I don't know. I built like 4 different houses. I was not pleased with any of them. I was so happy with this one, but then it was like taking forever, and I was just like, what is going on? I love that table. I'm not sure. I've just found that table. Like, I've been wondering, I see it in people's stop motion videos a lot. Like, they'll put that bright table in an island, and I've been like, where are those lights? Like, how do you... And I keep sizing down all of these little lights, and I cannot replicate it. And I had no idea that it was right there, which is pretty cool that I got to use it. I'm excited that I got to use it. I did put fall decorations around. I see that right there, the pumpkin cards. Those are so cute. I love those seasons, holiday cards. I'm just scrolling through the rugs. So I just wanted there to be kind of like, not really a formal dining table, but a little nook to, I don't know, we had a dining room kind of in the front of the rent house I was telling you about earlier, and we hardly ever used it. It was kind of creepy, actually, to be in the front of the house all by yourself, and because everything was really in the back of the house. And so I don't know if they're necessarily going to use this, but because 3 girls moved in together, I figured they had a lot of extra furniture, and they just had to have places to put it. I love the way this room came together. It's just adorable. And on the other side, I end up putting the Moschino pack bookcase that has the vinyls in it. I put that there, and a really cool poster, and it was just a little bit of dead space because this house is so big. So that is why I just kind of had to fill it with some bookcases. But I use those lightings pretty much throughout the house. I really like the soft, warm light that they give. I think it's really soft, and I like soft lighting a lot. I have trouble with, yeah, that looks cute too, those little lanterns. So I think, yeah, I actually do use those in the athletic girls room once too. So I use the lanterns and the paper lanterns. This is the most adorable laundry room in the world. I loved doing this room. This is probably my second favorite room that I did. The bedroom is definitely my first favorite. But this laundry room this is why I decided that maybe they weren't in college. At first I thought, yeah, university pack might be coming out, hopefully, and I'm gonna do 3 girls maybe living in like in a sorority style house. But then as I started like doing the media console, and especially when I came into the laundry room, I was like, you know what, never mind. These girls are out of college, they have really nice things, or they at least live in a very put together house, and they're going to be in their mid to late 20s, because that's just how this house worked out. So it worked out with their storylines as well, though. I absolutely loved doing that laundry room. And I made this really cute craft table, and it has like glue and glitter and a protractor, which is a really great piece of clutter. I've never used that before. I think it's really cute. I'm glad I got to use it. There's a measuring tape all put together in that little basket, maybe some gift wrapping. Just kind of a fun table where they could just, get little things that you might need throughout the day. So I went into the debug menu for that, and I had so much fun putting that table together. It took me a while. I wish there was an easier way to sort through debug, but it's okay. I'm not complaining, but I'm getting faster at debug. I kind of know where things are, but... So this is a bathroom. I absolutely love those counters. They are like this really cute purple color. They're very 90s, a little 80s. I have never gotten to use them, and I really wanted to put them in this house because they're very soft. And so I really am excited that I got to use those. This is a very cute bathroom. I make the bathroom upstairs pretty similar to this, so I didn't show that either. But yeah, it's just a little bit smaller. And I just love all these pieces of clutter. I just spent a lot of time really looking through the debug menu, and I found the makeup and all sorts of bottles, and I've never used the Kleenex before. I think it's actually pretty cute. I might use it a lot more now. So it was just a lot of fun. And I just, this is not a Jack and Jill bathroom, but I imagine the two girls downstairs sharing this. There are 2 bedrooms downstairs and 1 bedroom upstairs. And then also upstairs is a sitting area. Like there's a craftsman style built-in desk. And that's really when I was like, these girls have a lot of money, because there's like computers and a whole bunch of stuff up there. So you'll see it in the screenshots. The video was just really getting so long that I just couldn't fit everything in there that I wanted to. So I just wanted to show you guys the bedrooms, because it really kind of highlights their personalities, and it was fun to come together, and the living room and kitchen. So this is the yoga girl's bedroom. I call her the yoga girl, but she is Anna. She is the one that is neat and cheerful and romantic and alluring. And I just imagine her trying to find her significant other, and she has this really tranquil bedroom. It does take a while for the bedroom to come together. I was like, started in one spot and I went right across to another spot. I don't really know how to describe that very well right now, but I think you know what I mean. And it was just so much fun doing this. So I love that I got to use the blinds too. I don't get to use blinds very often, but I think she turns into a yoga girl when I remember that there's a yoga mat. And I was like, oh yeah, I am totally going to put that in there, because I don't know, it just seemed to really kind of fit her personality. She has journals and books, and they all have an iPad, because everybody these days has something like that. Either an iPhone or a laptop or an iPad, something like that. So I gave all of them a little iPad and kind of their own little thing. So her room really is absolutely adorable. The size of the bedrooms was perfect. It was just the house was really the upstairs. I mean, we probably didn't need that whole like built-in study, but I had space, so I put it in. So I just put that couch as kind of a headboard for her bed, and I think it looks so cute, and it works. She can sleep in it just fine. So this house is play tested. That's how I figured out the fireplace does not work in the backyard. So I fixed it so that it does. I just was kind of moving her stuff around, so it was just taking me forever. I end up leaving that cute little block, and I hung up those snowflakes because I just think that they look really cute. They looked kind of better. They looked more clean than the hanging lights. So those are from pretty sure those are either from Seasons or like the free holiday pack. I think it's the free holiday pack. So here's her yoga mat, and I put a little stereo right there, and then I go into the athletic girl's bedroom, but I will go back into her room and place like a little pile of crystals, which I absolutely loved that I got to do that, because when I saw those, I was like, oh yeah, that's exactly what she would have in her room. So it was really fun putting that together. I think that's why it's my favorite room. But this room is really cute too. And this is for Tori. She is active and outgoing, and she has a high metabolism, which is great, and for her, and a foodie. Well, it's not great, but she's lucky. And so I just wanted her room to be kind of spunky, and she's not in school, but I just, everyone carries a backpack, especially when you're taking public transit or kind of walking around. And because she's active, I figured that she just didn't have a car and just kind of did her own thing. And I think her room is so cute. Oh, here come the crystals. I was like, yes, I'm going to use that. And I just think that they end up being so cute. I love stacking things on top of books too. So yeah, I put there's I don't remember the names of the crystals. It was like a socialite, I don't know. I wrote it down somewhere, but I don't know, whatever. But they are really cute crystals. You can find them with the show live edit and show hidden objects cheat. And yeah, I'm really glad that I got to use them. So this is Tori's room. Her room is so cute. It takes a second for all of the bedrooms to come together, but that's all right. I am learning. And I just wanted her to have kind of a soft palette like all of the rooms have, but I wanted her to, I gave her kind of more of like a purple tone towards the end because the other girl's room, Anna's room, is kind of a greenish color too. So I didn't want them to have the same thing. I wanted all of these girls to be really individual and have their own things. I gave her some boxing gloves. There is a boxing, like a punch bag upstairs, and there's like 5 yoga mats in this house. So if you know, want to do yoga, go for it. So I love that rug. It is so adorable. I can't remember which pack it came with. And maybe it's a base game. I'm not sure. I can't remember which pack that it came with, so I won't say, but I really loved the color of that rug. I gave them everyone has a TV in their room because I feel like that's what you do when you have roommates. If you have a laptop or a TV or your phone even, you just kind of can recluse to your room and watch TV if you don't want to hang out in the main area. So that's why everyone has a TV. They all have a lot of electronics. There's a lot of stereos. There are a lot of TVs. There are a lot of computers, I guess. Well, there's really only 2 computers, but they do have a lot of stuff like makeup and perfume and magazines and books. There's a lot of books. So, I guess they're really well read, or maybe it's their parents' books. I know my parents gave me, well, they didn't really give me. I kind of went to their house and took a lot of books whenever I was moving into my own place. And I just think it makes the house look nice. It just kind of gives it a chunk and a filled space. And a friend of mine, her dad has the coolest coffee table books in the world. He owns a hotel, and so they're all just really funky and super cool. And I just will always love that style. So I also put a crystal in her room because she is gonna be into that too. I don't know why, but it has nothing to do with her. I just thought girls like crystals, so, I didn't put one upstairs though, I'm pretty sure, in the messy music girl's room, because she's like non-committal and she's like doing her own thing and she's like whatever. So I just, I don't know. I didn't give her one. I think I probably just forgot about it, but I love her room. And there's a little sitting area in the front yard. I just think it's so cute. So this is the messy music girls room upstairs. I thought it came together so nicely. I say that the Anna, the nice, sweet, neat girl, I say that her room is my favorite, but really I love all 3 of them. So I tried to make a bed, like an iron railed bed, with 2 twin beds. And I'm pretty sure in The Sims 3 you could do that and it worked just fine. I didn't play test that bed because I ended up deleting it. I didn't like the color of the bed. And isn't that always a struggle? You love something on The Sims, but the color is less than ideal. So I put like messy clothes in her room. I didn't want to make her like a total slob. Like I didn't want to put like an old pizza box in there or something, but I did kind of because I guess I started thinking about myself because I was the messy roommate. And when I say messy, I just mean like my clothes were everywhere all the time. They were everywhere. And my roommates were always like, oh my God, I don't know how you do that. But I was never messy in the sense that like I left, well, that's not true. I guess sometimes I left like cups in my rooms for like extended periods of time, but it wasn't gross. So I didn't want her room to be gross. I just wanted it to be not neat or not very tidy. I think there's a way to be kind of like an organized messy. I'm definitely an organized messy, even though there might be like paper and stuff everywhere. It kind of all fits together. So this is why I thought maybe she was a little bit more successful than just like playing music. They don't have careers yet, so you can pick whatever career you want, or when I play with them, I can pick whatever career I want for them. But I kind of wanted her to already be a little bit successful because she has a nice amp. She has like multiple guitars. I wanted this kind of shelving unit to be a bench, but I really didn't like the cabinet colors, and I just didn't like how chunky the cabinets were. So that is about to disappear. It would be fun though. So you see right there when I'm kind of zooming up, and then before I zoom back in, there's an area right there that leads out to another sitting area over the front porch. And that is where I put the built-in desk and kind of like a sofa area, and then the workout spot, the workout station. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, let's use that, because those cabinets I was not happy when I was looking at those. So I kind of kept all of the paint colors the same. I feel like that's how it is in Craftsman and rent houses. There are a few variations, but it's all from the same light shade with white trim paint swatch, which those are probably my favorite paint colors. They're just really milky. And I really wanted to use that counter again. I love milky colors. So I gave her kind of a journal to maybe write some lyrics down. I thought that was a really cute idea. And I kind of put this blue book right there that has the violin on it. I can't remember. I think that's, I can't remember what it's called, like right off the top of my head. I don't know. Anyway, that has music notes in it. Like it starts with an S. I'm drawing a blank right now, but that's not important. So yeah, there's another guitar. So she's got a lot of guitars, and maybe her parents gave her some. Maybe she's holding some of her bandmates' guitars. Maybe they all do something different. I'm not sure, but I thought her room just ended up being really, really cute. It's kind of retro, and it reminded me a little bit of, really just the pictures remind me of Mad Men. I've been watching that lately. My boyfriend loves that show, and whenever I sim, he turns it on in the background, and it's really kind of fun to listen to. So that is the bed that I keep. Sorry, I had to get some different windows and zoom you guys around a little bit. I think that the rug turned out nice because I kind of covered the division with that little sun rug, which actually ended up being really cute. I think I put shelves above the headboard, and yeah, I mean, her room is just, yikes. Yeah, I put shelves right up there, and I just think her room is special. I don't know. I like it, and it's not too messy, but it's definitely not as neat as Anna, who lives downstairs. But she kind of has her own pad up here, So maybe she's the one that pays. Well, they should all pay equal rent, but I don't know. But yeah, so I'm just adding some really cute plants. I love those lilies. I think they're adorable. I kind of forget to use them sometimes. I don't think that rose stays, and if it stays throughout this video, I'm pretty sure that I get rid of it. I just didn't really like that red right there. I think that is the cutest color of a trophy in the world. And when I put this is like from the backyard pack, and I thought that looked really cute in the headboard, and just kind of something different. I've never done that before. So there's a million zillion books in here. There's even more in the study. I don't know where they got all of these books, but maybe they go to thrift stores or antique markets, or maybe some of these guitars she bought at a thrift store. I mean, they didn't necessarily have to spend a lot of money. They might just have a lot of stuff. So it can really be spun however you want it to be spun. But I don't want to give the impression that this is a realistic house, but I don't know, it could be. And then, so yeah, there's another TV. I gave them all kind of stereo and headphones because I just feel like that's what we do. We listen to music, and not everybody wants to hear your music all of the time. So I wanted them to feel free to do whatever they want. I wanted them to be themselves, and they all have a place where they can be themselves and where they can hang out. But since they have conflicting traits, I thought it was important that they had space to go and get away from each other, but they're also best friends, and this is called the best friend household. So I wanted them to have places to hang out together too. And I think that they already have a lot of fun together. Whenever I first tested this, they were like dancing all night, and it was really cute. So this is the end, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.